Yes, the boys, welcome back, welcome to Dubai. So we're here, it is 8:30 in the morning. So the app I use for check-ins is currently down. So I just filmed my check-in, literally business as usual whilst I'm here. I'll show you my little setup. So I'm literally sat at the makeshift office, cracking on with the boys as normal, and I've got upper at Binous today. So I will walk you through that one as well, so stay tuned. So every Friday, I update the boys with how I'm currently getting on. So I've just taken fasted check-in pictures then, like I do a Friday at home. And pretty happy with where we're at. So currently sitting at 85 kilo. So plan is really stay around this weight. I bought some scales. I'm here for a month, so I thought, you know what, we may as well be bang on it with everything. The fact that I am actually here, being able to do this is pretty mad. And I get to train out of a very, very good gym. So stay tuned, because I'll try to get some good videos coming. So what you want to see in Dubai, let me know. I'm here with Lucy. Lucy is my girlfriend, for those of you that don't know. One thing I do need to do whilst I'm here is drink more water. I'm not using the tap water, so that's why I keep forgetting to get water. But yeah, we're in a good spot. We're fresh off a deload. We're in Dubai for 4 weeks. So what do we want to see? But this is the setup. Literally, I've been same thing as normal. Those of you who watch the vids, up, get a coffee, get to check-ins. I'm just currently waiting for it to come back on, so I'm gonna film the one for my guys now. Yes, boys, so welcome to my first check-in over here. So like I said, business as usual. We are still cracking on. So boys, meal one, pretty much same old. Got 40 grams of whey in a mug cake there. And then we've got, I call it the triple stacker. We've got 3 bread, 3 eggs. So pretty standard. I'm on 2,800 calories currently, and that's brought scale weight up like a tiny little bit, so that's probably going to be at 3K and above very, very soon. I just want to be feeling good, seeing that scale weight gradually come up, smashing my sessions. So I'm going to get this down, watch some YouTube, get straight back to check-ins. That's literally what I'll do. Check-ins, food, check-ins, and then I'm going to go and train. Same thing with your day. Get structure in place. The same structure you've got with training, get that with food, and you'll see that level up happen. Just wanted to show you as well, boys, Dean's work. This is 7 weeks, right? We're just over 7 kilo down. Like, this is just crazy, the changes that he's made. So, absolutely nailed it. Just goes to show what you can get done when you just get your head down and get nailing it. Like, this is the work that we're doing on the daily. This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. And now we're going to get him growing. So just imagine once we've had a gaining phase, and then we pull down from there. This is me all day, getting the boys sorted. Absolutely love it. Alright, mate. Okay.
You get
Good. Luke. Luke. Good, good, good. Yes, the boys, so we're in, starting with pec deck, 2 working sets. And then I'm probably going to move on to, there's a flat gym Leco press over there. Probably going to use that. Then I need a shoulder press. But this is first set. See what I'm going to focus on here. Control every inch. I'm not worried about rushing out of any part of this movement. I literally want to control every inch, contract hard. Don't rush out of that lengthened position, which is something I see a lot of people do with flies. There's no rush. Don't rush out of this lengthened. Feel that, lengthen the pec, and then contract hard. Yes, the boys. So I was just about to edit that training footage and the audio is completely messed up on some of them. So I'm gonna let pec deck play over as normal that you've just seen there. And then I'm gonna go through the rest of the session and kind of describe why I've got everything in. So if you ever do set up an upper session, you know, you can kind of have that. So it's actually better, to be fair, because I can talk a little bit more, but I'm just going to make sure that everything lines up nicely. So in terms of that, like I said on there, I've got the pec deck in first. Basically, I want to challenge my pec in that shorten range mainly before I press. So that's why I actually had that in there in terms of the actual pec deck itself. So the reason for that is literally get that pec short whilst it's fresh, get an isolation out of the way, get in the groove of the session, and then get moving on to a press. So I wanted a flat press in first because I've got a high incline shoulder press. I like to go for a flat press there. That's just a personal preference. If you have an incline that feels great, put that in as well. That's not a problem, right? So let's play this set on now. So this was the Jim Lecco press, and it was actually very, very nice. The only bad thing about it was the starting position was a little bit awkward, but I actually managed. I had just over 3 plates aside here. I might have had 3 and a 10. I can't quite tell what that is, but moved really, really well. So you can see here, I'm just trying to control every single inch, right? Controlling every single inch, not rushing out of that lengthened. You know, that's one massive thing to think about. Don't rush out of that lengthened phase. Like there's no reason to, that lengthened range, sorry. So just stay nice and controlled and then take your set all the way there like I am doing now. So I think that's the last rep there. Bit of a grinder driving through. I think looking back, I just needed my hands a little bit wider as well. So that's the set there. So that was a great set. And I think one thing, again, like I'm saying about that handle, you want your, at the bottom of the press, wrist, elbow stacked aligned with each other. So you don't want to be too narrow, you don't want to be too wide. Then I moved on to the prime shoulder press, which a lot of people don't get along with. This is honestly the first time I've actually used this, and I actually really, really liked it. So it's just because you're not used to being so far back, but you can actually keep that upper arm pinned in slightly and still press. So I actually thought it felt super, super comfortable. So I'll start this set now. The set moved great. I was dead stopping it. So basically just keeping every single rep standardized. No matter how hard I try, I always start to cut range when I press overhead if I don't standardize that, right? I think just because it's so uncomfortable for me pressing overhead, I like to just standardize that there. So that's something that you can use if you can dead stop the machine that you're using. Little pause there, drive through. That's going to be really, really beneficial when you're logging training over time to keep every single rep the same. And a nice grinder there on that last one. That was a little bit heavier than I thought, but still a really, really good set. I enjoyed that one. So as you can see there, flat press, then a shoulder press. So then we want to move on to some back work. So you want either a pull down or a row for lat. So pull down is going to be slightly more lower lat bias. A row is going to be slightly more those mid to upper lat fibers. So because pull is very pull down dominant, I went with a lat row here. So as you can see with that now, keeping that upper arm tucked in, keeping that elbow at its lowest point throughout the entire set, and just finishing next to my rib cage. One thing I'm doing again to standardize form, I'm pausing in the lengthened and I'm pausing in the shortened range, right? That's just the most simple thing I can tell you to get the most out of your lat work is pause in the lengthened and pause in the shortened. So you're actually contracting and you're not snatching at that rep out of the lengthened range. So you can see this set for the first 5 or 6 is pretty boring. Then it really, really gets hard and we've really got to lock in. So I'm trying to stabilize with that resting arm. I'm keeping that upper arm as low as I possibly can, that elbow as low as I can, and driving back. And you know, I'm not coming back past my rib cage. Make sure you pay attention to that, because that's one thing that we don't want to be doing with our lat work, is driving right back. Yes, for a row, of course we do want to, but you can see where I'm finishing. That's just my lat short, and then I'm coming through. So I'm going into the last couple of reps now. I think that might even be second to last rep there, but they're gonna slow right down, right? And you just want to be super patient, get your breath on your eccentrics, brace hard, and then just drive through. Be patient. Don't snatch it, don't just go into elbow flexion, don't bring that shoulder forward. Be nice and patient with those movements, and you're going to get a lot out of your lats, especially if we're pausing them there. Then I moved on to what is honestly my favorite row. It's absolutely unreal. Like I was saying before I actually started this set when I was filming, like this one even feels better than the plate loaded prime one. So basically I had this loaded in the beginning to mid range, so it's going to drop off as I get short at the top, right? So as I contract, it's actually going to drop off a little bit, so I can just take this all the way through to failure. So you can see when I'm driving through now, chest stays into that pad, wider upper arm path, and I'm trying to drive back now and actually retract and contract super hard. So you can see I'm controlling those eccentrics, little bit of a pause in that lengthened range, allowing some protraction, basically that shoulder coming forward, so lengthening out that upper back musculature, and then I'm driving back and really contracting super hard. So this is if you've got this machine to use, make sure you make the most of it, because it is absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to being able to use this a good few times. I'm probably going to put this in, honestly, on my pull legs, on my upper session, sorry, here, and on my pull session, maybe, just because it is so good. Or I've got the T-bar and the prime extreme row. So I'm going to see how I'm going to set that up, but very excited to use this a good 3 or 4 other times, because it is so nice. So again, chest into the pad, driving back. You can see them last reps getting super hard, but I know that's going to drop off a little bit as I get short, so that's why I'm really just being patient to just drive through, get that all the way there, and still actually think about contracting. Like I'd rather get one good last slow rep like that one than like 3 reps where I'm not getting all the way back. So that was like the main work, like the bigger, more taxing work. I then moved on to a lateral raise, so little bit of side delt volume here, nothing crazy, just 2 sets there. Pick your favorite lateral movement. I did this machine. I am a fan of it, but then the handles don't feel great when I've used it twice. Just the angle of them, as you can see, is like they're quite like straight down, quite vertical. I'm not too sure why. They could just do with like it was you're holding a D handle or holding a dumbbell, and it'd be absolutely perfect because you could adjust the pad and stuff like that. But smash them, 5 partials and a 5 count hold at the end of them, just to, you know, get a little bit more working, as I only had them 2 sets of laterals. And then I moved on to arms, so slowing them right down, contracting hard. I had 3 sets of biceps, and then I had 3 sets of tricep extensions. I didn't film the tricep extensions, I just filmed the bicep work. So that was that. So we had pec deck, flat press, shoulder press, lat movement, a back movement, and then arms. So it is a lot of work. It is a higher volume session. If you were training say 5 times a week and you had that upper session in, I'd probably knock something away from it. So maybe like just 1 set of the pec deck and the lateral raise or something like that, or maybe get rid of a back movement or a press. You know, you could play around with that, with how much volume you can handle. But when I'm only training 4 times a week, this is absolutely fine, and this gets everything nailed upper body wise twice for me. So it's perfect. So big sessions incoming. Hopefully you enjoyed that one, boys. I wanted to get that all sorted and get it onto here so I can look forward to the next video. So let me know what session you want to see. I've got a very exciting session lined up for Friday this week. Stay tuned for that. But if you've watched it this far, please like, I massively appreciate it. Please comment, I massively appreciate it. And then obviously, so you don't miss anything now, make sure you are subscribed. So thank you, boys, very much for watching. If you're interested in coaching, link in all my bios, Luke Whitney Coach. Same with Instagram, same with TikTok. I appreciate it, boys. Catch you in the next one.